Hi everyone. My name is Ashwant. I am the CEO and founder of a toddler thing. It's a sustainable baby essentials brand, mainly for age group of 0 to 5 years. Was started in 2018, hailing from Coimbatore, born and brought up in Coimbatore. I mean, the main reason to start this brand was that we wanted to bring safe, certified clothing and essentials for our babies. Like predominantly, babies have the most sensitive skin, right? And any kind of clothing which has any harmful dyes or any of mixed processing which are there predominantly in the market, which is not regulated. India as such doesn't have any certifications for kids clothing as such, whereas you take any of the developed countries in the Western worlds, they have a lot of safety standardizations even to export to any of these countries, whereas India doesn't have. But this is a home ground for manufacturing the world-class textile brands out of here, especially from Tirupur. So we want to bring a brand which every Indian would be proud of. That's where the idea of a toddler thing was born, where we provide clean, safe, comfortable, sustainable clothing, age group of 0 to 5 years.
That's great. Arvind?
Hi, good afternoon. I would first like to thank the Jubilant Tamil Nadu team for having me here for the second consecutive year. It's great to be here for the second time. Last year when I was here, we were just starting our fund. Today we can say proudly we are one of the Tamil Nadu's very few AAF VC funds. We just got our approval in December. We are floating a 13 million micro VC fund to back startups across India with special focus on Tamil Nadu, manufacturing, D2C and deep tech startups. So yeah, that's.
Muttaya?
Yeah. Hello. Yeah. Hi, this is Muttaya Tyagarajan. I am the CEO and founder of Sportfy Technologies. We are into sports and entertainment as a company, right? And primarily we are into events and concerts, shows, ticket bookings, and offline solutions for entertainment sector. And we also have our own sports facilities where we operate like a 2-acre campus. Currently we have one, and we are as a company building more sports infrastructure across India. That is our vision as a startup, and that's what we do. Yeah. Thank you.
Great. Sendil?
Thank you. My name is Senthil. I am founder of MarkDog. MarkDog is a healthcare SaaS platform. We provide end-to-end solution for hospitals, labs, pharmacy, and clinics. We have customers across 10 plus countries, and we are working on improving the healthcare one step at a time and providing a deep integrated solution to clinic to hospital, from patient entry to patient discharge. Thank you.
That's wonderful. So we have very different industries representing people here. I'll try to get a lot of insights from you guys. As we know, I think Tamil Nadu startup has more than 10,000 startups in ground today. So what do you think is the unique factor which is making people get into the startup ecosystem and building their own startups?
So I think Tamil Nadu has always been an entrepreneurial or enterprising city, right? I mean, I actually think it's a big injustice. We are in the 5th place with regards to startup ecosystem in India, DPIT startups, whereas we are either the first or second high performing states in a lot of other sections like, industries, SMEs, quality of life, taxation, everything. We are either one or top first or second in all these categories, but with regards to DPIT startups, we are only 5th. This is because a lot of and I don't recommend this number DPIT registration and all, because if you remove that as a category, we are an enterprising city. So I think it's in the blood, right? So, and that's what has contributed to the growth, irrespective of the governments here in power. They have always been supportive of businesses to a large extent.
So I agree with you. We are very enterprising, but generally, till 2010, 12, I would agree. I think Sendil would also agree that people, in the VC firms or in the investors, will always thought that the Bangalore is the southernmost boundary, and they never thought Tamil Nadu is the right place to even invest, or they never thought that we will have a great startups from Tamil Nadu, be it SaaS, be it tech or D2C. So, what happened in the last 10 years, and what do you see like where we are today?
Uh, Actually, Logesh was right. We started our venture in 2012. Okay, so at the time we launched a doctor discovery platform before going deep into healthcare as a tech side, and we attracted many venture capitalists. If you look at that. Couple of things. Maturity level, if you look at that, the founders' maturity level to present themselves as a viable, fast-growing business that attracts, venture capitalists. For example, if they put X amount, within stipulated period of time, they need to see at least 10x, 20x, 30x. So the kind of market which we focus very, very vital, very, very important, that actually drives to that kind of a growth. If you look at that, Tamil Nadu industry-wise, one of the largest, okay? So many businesses, including what we started, we initially focused on what is available in Tamil Nadu. We got great access to hospital infrastructure, access to inside the information, technical know-how, all other things. If you look at that across India, probably Tamil Nadu may be number one or number two, maybe behind Maharashtra, but number of industry-wise, so any business, small scale business is, they can stand alone, viable within across our industry domain. So what we do as an entrepreneur, we settle sometimes comfortably. Okay, we got couple of businesses, we are able to break even by reducing the cost, and our strategy to grow is like a small step forward without failing, carefully stepping forward. So that kind of mindset will not be attractive to venture capitalist. If you look at that, the second, what I see, if you look at that, many of the startup, if you look at that, Tamil Nadu, supposed to be a SaaS capital, lot of SaaS, big SaaS company, be it Zoho, Kissflow, Orangescape, Freshdesk, ChargeBee, all other things emerged one after the other, and the market which they mostly serve is the outside India. So VC's money will be multiple. If you look at that, when our the market approach, our market access is which is dollar market, and these are main challenging thing. When you ask me what are the concerns about VCs, probably other is accessible talent. If you look at that cloud and SaaS, we produce lot of resources, but they mostly get into big IT companies, consulting companies with large packages and pay scale, and it is immense pressure to get into startup. Okay, so maybe when a guy started as a fresher, and if that startup takes 10 years to break even and see the better growth, that time he have a lot of commitment, okay, marriage, all other things, financial commitment, all other things. So the startup seems attractive without heavy funding, and startup is not attractive to venture capitalist without bigger market access. It's kind of a chicken and egg problem, but kind of getting better at it. Okay, so every year it is getting better at it.
What your take on D2C? Because Delhi seems to be a hub for D2C way back. What do you see in Tamil Nadu? Like, how is Tamil Nadu shaping up for that?
So when it comes to D2C, I mean, see, what is the strength of Tamil Nadu, right? We've been in business ecosystem, I mean, for many, many generations. We are known to build world-class products. Our strength is our production and our innovation in product building. But where we lack, right, I mean, I will tell you, it's an overall startup ecosystem, let it be in VC, everything in that aspect in terms of mindset or anything, is that See, we as people are very modest, very content in the way we build, and we try to drive innovation in our company. But where we fail, I won't say fail, but where we're trying to learn is that we don't present ourselves in the world stages and other platforms, and we don't market ourselves to the fullest capacity possible. That's where the difference lies between startups in Bangalore or Bombay. Let it be even a very small product, anything, right from a small food product, from an ice cream to anything. The way they market it and the way we sit over here, we say, let the product speak for itself. But now what we are at a stage where product will definitely speak for itself, but you as a founder, as a brand, you need to market yourself to create that uh, aura around the world, especially in consumer related products. Only then you would be able to have a fast track growth. Only then that will attract VCs. That's the reason I think, even though there are so many D2C startups in Tamil Nadu, very few get recognized, very few get that platforms, because they'll have to go out there and sell themselves. Irrespective, I mean, the product will definitely be good because we are known for innovation, but we presenting ourselves in these kind of platforms and showcasing ourselves is where the change lies in. I mean, thing is that, see, many startups in Tamil Nadu don't go for funding because they're predominantly profit driven. We are bottom line driven more than top line driven. That's where I think the difference is, whereas VCs attract more top line driven growth startups, where the mindset shift changes. But okay, now correction is happening. What happened during COVID was that e-commerce had a 10-year kind of growth in terms of funding and the kind of valuations they got. But now the market correction is happening. Whoever didn't take funding in the 2020, 2021 spaces right now are getting funding because their bottom line is intact. We are known to keep our unit economics strong. That is our strength. In the long run, startups from Tamil Nadu will have a longer run, where even though you might find your competitors right from Bangalore or Bombay to be ahead of you, but if they're in a high burn, high growth model, it's just a matter of time. Once the investment money tap stops, they'll be out of picture, whereas we will be there in the long run to build a big brand in India. I think that's where the strength lies. Our strength is there. It's just that we are not out there speaking a lot about it. Once we start doing that and start doing some amount of personal branding, I think D2T startups in Tamil Nadu, I mean, will become a world-class brands they would create. I think we are no way lesser than any of the brands out there.
I would agree. We are very good at keeping secrets. We keep our companies top secret. Right? So, Mutaya, what do you think? Like, see, you're in a new industry. It's very like, it's sports as a marketplace for sports, and you're building something new. Like, what do you feel is the toughest thing, or what do you see as an opportunity? Why did you get into this?
Yeah. So as a company, we definitely see there is a lot of opportunity in the industry, something like an early effort into the industry where it is slowly booming up, right? So sports is something part of our life these days, and again, entertainment is another sector where we tap. So again, that is part of our life these days. So the challenges are definitely there because it needs significant investments when we have to get into sports infrastructure. And similarly, when it comes to entertainment and sector, so it's more of a marketplace where you have to start onboarding more of events and concerts and shows like exhibitions, what we have. So everywhere, the primary challenges that we face as a startup is like finding that right organizers who can scale and who can do consistent events, right? So that is on the entertainment side. When it comes to sports, it's about ecosystem is evolving, but it is very cluttered, right? So the market is very cluttered because it's not properly channelized or processed into a streamlined solutioning. So once you go all the way till the upper level of your sport, that is where you have a proper system coming into place with all these government bodies and everybody come into the system where they take care of the players, the sports person, athletes, once they reach to a level where they can represent India or represent state, right? So below to that line, there is definitely a lot of significant improvement that could be possible. That's where we are working as a company where we build infrastructures. But there is a significant difference now that people start to see sport as part of their life to do a other way of doing fitness, right? So that is the evolution which is happening now, that you could see in cities in Chennai or cities in Coimbatore, not just one or two facilities now. 4 years back, we had 60 badminton facilities in Coimbatore. Now we have more than 160 facilities in Coimbatore, right? So every sport is evolving. Recently, if you see pickleball is a game where it is picking up. completely a fun-based sport. So it's not about always you have to become a pro athlete or a professional to get into the sport. So that is the opportunity that we see as a startup, that everybody needs something to move on in life apart from their regular stressed activities that they do as a job or a business. So definitely it is evolving. As a startup, we are definitely trying to tap it there to bring the digital along with the physical touch, right? So both together is what we focus as a company.
See, that's very interesting, right? Combining digital and physical, right? But it's going to be very tough to like meet the expectations of the customer. So how do you do that?
So we normally try to definitely become we are a cashless facility. If you ask me, our campuses are cashless facilities. So when it comes to customer, definitely the experience what you give at the facility is very important. More than how much ever digital you solve, still the people coming over there should have a good experience. Like you should have a good restrooms, you should have a good facility where they can come and spend, and they again and again would love to come back. So that is the primary area where we focus. And the way our team operates as a corporate, right? So we are not operating like a lifestyle, right? So we are operating as a corporate, handling the infrastructures. So the experience and the solutioning what we give is something to a one level upper notch is what we try to look at our facility, where we try to build more of repeat customers rather than one time customer, right? So that would be the intent with every infrastructure that we try to develop. We also try to work with other bodies who have a land or a space where they want to build infrastructure. So that's where we try to work together. And when we set up the standards, we definitely try to benchmark with what is the market level that you have to have as a sports facility, and try to bring that benchmark into our ecosystem, because everything is completely dismantleable, right? So you put a sports infrastructure, it could take 10 years or 15 years for you to recover back the investments what you do. So many do an infrastructure, but they don't know how to run it, right? So that is where the experience matters a lot, and we definitely try to take a lot of importance on doing the right value system and the experience that we give to our customers. So yeah, that's how we look at.
So Arvind, you come from a startup evangelist. You've run your own startups, then with Startup T and now one VC, and you would have seen like how the founders are in Tamil Nadu, and what do you see the differences today? And do you think that again like the growth of SaaS, D2C, what's your thought process and the space tech, etc.
So interesting question, right? Short while ago, I was in Ahmedabad for a similar conference, and during dinner, when we were introducing ourselves, a person from Ahmedabad himself introduced him and said, "And where are you from?" And I said, "I'm from Tamil Nadu, Chennai." And he was, before this, at least in my mind, like Sendil was saying, we were considering ourselves a very strong SaaS hub. And Bangalore and Chennai always had this friendly fight as to who owns the SaaS capital of India tag. Bangalore says we have the largest number of SaaS startups. Chennai says by ARR volume we are the largest, because obviously we have Zoho, Freshdesk and all that doing more ARR than any other startup. So we already have, and we were all, since this was there in my back of my mind, we thought we were known only as a SaaS hub, right? And immediately the other person, the Ahmedabad guy, he told me, "Oh, the space capital of India." I'm like, space tech? What? I know there are like more than 15, 20 space tech startups in Tamil Nadu. All of them are attracting global investments. We recently, one startup has received 5 million investments from a venture VC fund. It was supported by Startup TN. Yes, I knew that space tech was a thing in Tamil Nadu, but I never considered it. We are leading the space tech race from Tamil Nadu in India, right? Then during the similar interaction, I met another person from Kolkata, and he told me, "Oh, the healthcare hub." I'm like, wow, this was like whole. I know there are a lot of medtech companies, healthcare companies here, but I never considered looking at us as a healthcare hub. to my mind, I was very shallow and I was considering it as only as a SaaS hub, right? But the world sees us differently today. From just being a GCC player, just being software exporter, adopting into the SaaS market, now adopting space tech, adopting healthcare. Healthcare, because we already have a very strong healthcare ecosystem, so the technology adoption has come in naturally. Chennai being the, Detroit of India, a lot of EV automotive startups are coming up, which in essence is again building the smart manufacturing technology sphere. So like I said, Tamil Nadu leads in a lot of other areas, like, number of industries, number of SMEs. This in turn has a snowfall effect, right? All of these are feeding technology, new age technology startups that are going to support these top tier 1, tier 2 companies. So we have a market here. SaaS was, like Sendil said, SaaS was built to sell in the US or Europe or wherever. There's this adage saying India is a good place to build SaaS but not to sell SaaS. Now that is changing. India is a good place to build as well as sell solutions to all of these tier 1 and tier 2 companies, because we were able to build foundational industries across the sphere. So I think the growth has been phenomenal in the last couple of years. And even if we see it or we fail to see it, I think the world is watching, is what my theory is.
That's great, Rick. So now Chennai has many faces: space tech,
Yeah.
edtech.
And the ideas in space tech are mind-boggling. Somebody wants to build a space tug. He wants to, like a vehicle tug. They wants to pull satellites, put it into a different orbit, or then pull down satellites. All that. I'm like, hearing these ideas is like quite out of the world. We have our own Musks sitting in Chennai, working out a lot of things. And I think it's high time we start supporting those ecosystems and all.
Yeah, I would agree with you. Like, majority of the apparel brands in India are being sourced from Tirupur. So to Sendil, so what do you think, like, since everyone is talking about AI, so do you think AI will change the way we approach the healthcare? How is telemedicine moving towards, and what is the opportunities we have in Tamil Nadu for such areas?
Actually, into healthcare, if you look at that, observing the doctor-patient interaction and the confusion with patient, if you look at that, there are a lot of ways in the hospital workflow. AI can play a major role. One such example is, if you look at that, the prescription validation. So there are things like the patient history, vitals, and probably their activity history through wearable and other consumer technology. Everything comes and funnel into, feed into the AI engine, and other historical data about the medicine and other things, allergy information, for example. And when that is opportunity where we can validate Titan and the directing the doctor or validating the correct dosage, probably the frequency, all other things possible in that area. And if you look at that, if you go a little beyond, even if you look at that, every encounter with doctor, lot of time they make a conversation. So even though it looks like a conversation, it is a discovery exercise. Okay, so those things already, if you look at that, a lot of AI player in the market, digitizing that conversation and recording that and converting into the human readable format as well. If you look at that IP setup, a lot of things can be possible. One of the, based on our experience working with hundreds of hospitals, is a lot of time it takes to release the patient, discharge the patient. Okay, so one of the factor which causes delay is discharge summary. Based on the admission type, if you look at that, certain patient needs to be intervened by doctors, multiple specialty doctors. So even though information, the progress information available inside the system, the AI can pull it together and create a summary which doctor can easily verify and approve it. If you look at that, a lot of opportunity there that will be handy for doctors to adopt AI technology which enhances patient experience, accuracy of care. So there is a huge opportunity there.
Great. So Ashwath, to you, like there are two parts of the question, right? So 2018, no one thought about sustainability, and there is no such buzzword exist. So what made you to launch a brand with sustainability? One, and today, like everyone talking about AI. So how AI is shaping D2C?
So first part, to answer your first part, right, to think about sustainability, I mean, see, we knew where the world was heading towards and where, I mean, India was probably like, I would say 7 to 10 years behind the adaptation of what happens in the Western world and how the entire process happens. So to give you a brief background, I don't come from a textile background. I don't even know T of textiles. To be even frank enough, I didn't even know knits only were manufactured in Tirupur. That's how naive I was with textile. I mean, it was a complete use case for me where, my partner's nephew had a very sensitive skin. He had come from Australia and they bought some clothes from some decent brands and used it. Okay, and he started getting a lot of rashes. That was more of a concern for me to understand what went behind these fabrics. Then we kind of went backward and tried to see what was happening over there. And then when we visited the dyeing factories and everything, I mean, the alarming factor what I found was that they were using carcinogenic dyes, PVC dyes, which were considered to be carcinogenic, and especially for kids, being that it's very harmful. And the worst part in that entire discovery was that when I contacted the brand owner, he was not even aware of it. I mean, forget about the user. If the brand owner is not aware of this kind of dyes used on the product, where will the user even know about this? I mean, I felt this was the biggest gap in the entire ecosystem for me to come with. And even though we manufacture for the best of the best brands here, right from Marks and Spencers to Carter's to every big brand out there gets manufactured in Tirupur, I felt India as a consumer where we known to use cotton, we wanted to bring a world-class brand, and in that way, I think we are no way lesser. I mean, we deserve the best over there, and everything gets manufactured here. And our route was that provide clean, safe, certified clothing, which is sustainable, where our belief in plant-based fibers matter the most over there. So we use organic cotton, bamboo, aloe vera, modal, mostly plant-based fibers, which is blended with cotton and provide the safest kinds of clothing for the babies. I mean, that was the entire idea. Even though we say we call ourselves sustainable, our products are sustainable, but still the processes which we are trying to become that end-to-end sustainable, I think we are still far, I mean, we are still way behind to achieve that. We are working towards that progress. Thanks to COVID, I think one good thing what happened after that is that many people started moving towards sustainable products. I felt like good adaptation towards sustainability happened in that 7-8 years. But in 2017-18, we knew in the next 10 years, sustainability will become a mandate for most of them, and early adopters can milk it out in a better opportunity. I mean, market share capture would be very high. I would say another 3-4 years down the line, most of the brands, at least in the textile field or in the food and all these kind of field, will move towards sustainable and organic kind of products. I mean, that is, I think it's a mandate. It's just inevitable in the future is what I would say. You're just probably running away from it if you're not moving towards that. I would request every company over here have one area, at least some 10-20% of your entire portfolio to deal towards sustainable related products and sustainable related processes, because that's only going to help you grow after 2027-28 for sure.
Great, thank you. So I think we're up with timing, so I'll take a last question here. So what do you see as an opportunity for Tamil Nadu, and what should be the areas in which we should focus, an entrepreneur should focus on what should be the idea, advice, like how should they chase the ideas and convert them into startups, scalable startups?
So there's no one specific idea anybody should focus on. I mean, they should focus on their pain points, right? So the the best entrepreneurs I have seen are entrepreneurs who have a founder market fit. See, they come from that particular industry. I mean, not the case of toddler thing, but other successful founders I have seen, like example of Grish Matrabudam. He's been in the SaaS industry. He saw a vacuum there, and then he started building that industry, and he knew how to build the product. He knew how to take it to market. So they face a problem in that industry, and they want to solve it, right? That's how it should be. You shouldn't go searching for problems. If you try solving problems that you have, that itself is a big gap that you can address. And India, for all its glory, we still have the biggest challenges. We have a lot of problems also, right? Because of the population, transport, everything is a problem. That you see, you have problems everywhere, and you start by solving the problems that you see or you face for yourself. That's what I see is the way ahead.
Great. Thank you, Avan.